If you own the home you live in here in Pennsylvania, there's a good chance you're paying more in school and property taxes than you actually need to be. And it's not because of some complicated loophole, it's because you've never filled out one simple form. It's called a homestead exclusion, and I guess most owners watching this have never even heard of it. Hello everyone, my name is Mike. I'm an enrolled agent and bookkeeper here, based in Susquehanna, Pennsylvania. And in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly who qualifies and how to apply. I'm going to be going over 4 key things today: what the homestead exclusion actually is, who qualifies, how to apply through your county, and the deadlines that you need to know. Plus, one program that people constantly confuse this actual Homestead Exclusion Act with. The Homestead Exclusion is a Pennsylvania program that reduces the assessed value of your primary residence for property tax purposes, which is mainly your school district tax, which for most homeowners is the biggest chunk of the property tax bill. It comes from 2 pieces of state law: Act 50, which lets local taxing districts exclude part of your home's value from taxation, and Act 1, which is the Taxpayers Relief Act, which uses gambling revenue from the state to fund additional relief on top of that. You don't need to necessarily understand the legal mechanics, but what matters is this: it lowers the taxable value of your home, which reduces your tax bill. And in most cases, it doesn't even cost you anything to apply. It's just filling out one simple form. So some homeowners could simply save hundreds of dollars a year, while others might be saving a little over $1,000 or a couple thousand. So either way, it's money that you're leaving on the table if you have not yet applied. Now we're going to be going into point 2, which is who actually qualifies for this. And the good news is this program is very simple in terms of who qualifies for it. There's no age requirement, there's no income limit or anything like that. It simply just has to be that you own the property, and that is your full-time primary residence. It's the place you actually live. It's not a rental property. It's not the vacation home. It's not an investment property. Lastly, it can't be owned by any sort of business, LLC, or corporation, anything like that. It has to be owned by a natural person, which is basically just, any one of us. If you own a home and live in it as your primary residence anywhere in PA, then you simply qualify for it. Now we're going to be going into how to apply for this. Applying is one form, and here's the part people get wrong most often. You don't actually have to apply through the state, and you don't apply through your actual school district. You simply apply through your county assessment office. That's it. So if I was to look up right now the homestead exclusion application for Susquehanna County, I would be able to find the actual application on their website completely for free, download it, and simply mail it in, and that's how I would then therefore apply to it. So I'm going to go ahead and simply show you what that looks like. So if I was to go into Google and look up Homestead Exclusion PA, Susquehanna County, for all the local people watching this, if I simply go to homestead or assessment forms right here, if I look here, the general forms, clean and green forms, and then on the right, there's homestead farmstead application and instructions. If I was to download this is simply going to take me to what I need to do. It's going to show me exactly what I need to do for the instructions and everything. And then at the bottom here, you should see the actual form itself, which is literally a 1-page form. It's super simple to fill out, as you can see. Literally just putting the name, the property address, municipality, school district, the mailing address, phone number, and then a couple other pieces of information as well that you'll need to eventually fill out. So as you can see, it's a very simple form to fill out. There's really not much to it, to be honest. I won't go too much in detail into the actual form itself, but just because of how simple it is. But I will, in another video, I will walk you through how how to fill it out, etc., etc. So the last point that I want to make today, the last thing I want to go over, is the deadlines. So the deadlines matter in this case, and they vary depending upon the county that you're in. But for most at least, it's going to be March 1st. So that is when you want to get it in if you're in pretty much every county in the state of Pennsylvania, except for except for a couple counties, which are the Philadelphia counties. Any county in the Philadelphia area, those are going to be due relatively around December 1st. So they just have an earlier filing period just because of the amount of people that apply for it, I believe, in the state, in the around the Philadelphia area. So because of that, you just have to file a little bit earlier if you're in Philadelphia area. But everyone else, it's March 1st for the deadline. So if you can, just file early and you'll be okay. And it will qualify for the next year, at least is how it works, generally speaking. The last thing I wanted to talk about is what people mess this up with at times, and I know I've done it as well in the past, is the Pennsylvania Property Tax Rent Rebate Program. So don't get this program switched up with the Pennsylvania Property Tax Rent Rebate Program. The PTR, the Pennsylvania Property Tax Rent Rebate Program, is only available for those, generally speaking, over the age of 65 and older. It doesn't have any sort of, it does have income limits, excuse me. You generally have to be on the lower end of the spectrum when it comes to income wise, and you can apply directly for that through Pennsylvania Department of Revenue, not through the county itself. So it's completely different compared to what this is. So just want to make sure you don't get those two things intertwined and basically just because they're completely different, especially just because the ones through the state and the others through the county. So to recap what we've kind of gone over today, if you own and live in your home in Pennsylvania, then you pretty much qualify for the homestead exclusion. There's no age, there's no income requirement. You can simply apply through the county assessment office for the county that you live in, not the state or your school district. You just fill out this form once. You never have to fill it out again once you get approved for it. And that's pretty much it. So if this video helped you, please be sure to hit subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss next week's video. And if you need any help figuring out what other programs might apply to your specific property, or you just want someone to double check your situation, whether it's your local tax situation or simply just your income tax situation, please feel free to book a call with me. Link is in the description down below. And yeah, so next week I will see you in next week's video. And other than that, have a great day, everyone, and peace out.